everyone, it's Kelly here with the Rubber Buggy, and today we are going to play with a little bit the Distress Archival inks, and I'm going to show you what I do with the refills. So last year they came out with a large ink pad there that had all 4 colors of these archivals in one ink pad. So it's hard with the one ink pad with 4 different colors on it to stamp one large stamp. So in order to use the Distress ink in the permanent formula, you can put them in their own custom blend ink pads from Ranger. And I'm just going to go through and fill one up in the black soot just to show you how I did it. And then you can go on to Ranger's website and you can download the stickers for the front, which I have just printed on regular computer paper. And then I'm going to adhere it to the front. So let's just start by opening up one of the ink pads here, and we'll find the black soot. Then we just start by covering our ink pad, kind of just go all the way down. Just get kind of a nice even layer all the way through there. Almost got it all. And after I've covered it all once, then I just kind of go back and put in another little layer of ink there. Then I just kind of like to make sure that it's all through the ink pad, so I take like a credit card and work it around in there a little bit. Just and then it's important that we cover it up, let it set for a little while to let all the ink get through the whole pad inside. So while we wait for that, we're going to put our label on the front. Now you could print these off on sticker paper and stick it on that way. I don't happen to have any sticker stuff, so I'm going to just use a gel medium. I have a Diana Wakely right now. Ranger has one. I'm just out of it right now, or I would probably be using it. So I just kind of put a layer of this over the top. And I kind of want to get all the bumps out. Do you want to say you want to make sure if you print these on paper to do this, that you want to make sure they dry well before you do this, or it'll smear. So now I just put this on. Then I might take that same kind of credit card just to get all the bumps out. And I'm sure I got all the bumps out. So we'll go through and we'll put one on the top to seal it. And there we have our regular size Archival Distress ink pad. Clean up my mess here. Then I kind of just go around the edge. You do this while it's wet. You want to make sure you don't scuff your label. And just kind of clean up the edge a little bit here. And there we have our 4 Archival Distress inks, which are the only 4 that are in the Archival group right now. So with that, then you take your black and we are going to see how it stamps. So I'm just going to stamp on a manila tag here. Take one of the stamps and let's see how we did. Beautiful. Now we can use our same distress palette when we're needing a permanent ink. I will be back when I find it, and I'll try to do it to the end of this video, but I'm the other Ranger ink pad, I want to compare the 2 colors to show you there is a little bit of a difference, and this is a much sharper black ink. So I'll be back when I find that. Okay, so I'm back and I found the Ranger Archival ink that I use, and while I was at it, I thought we would go ahead and just test it out with the Fawn Jet Black as well, and compare it to the Memento as well. So let's get started with that. I think we will start with the Distress. I'm going to stamp a image that we would color in with watercolors or whatever we're going to use to color, and then I have a solid image as well. So we'll just see how the 2 do. So to get started here, we're going to start with the Distress, and we will ink up both stamps and stamp them. Alright, so there's our Distress. Alright, Distress. On each one. We'll pop those out over here. I'll put 2 more in here. Let's do the Fawn. First, we will take any ink that was on there off, just to be fair here. Okay. I will say this Fawn I did just open, and it appears to be really juicy. So I'm expecting it to be a good one. So let's stamp here and see what we get. so let's write Lawn Fawn. All right. Wipe off our ink. Now let's go with the Ranger Archival. Whoops, we gotta put our tags in there. Alrighty, let's see, we're gonna go Ranger. Now we'll put 2 more tags. We're gonna wipe our stamps off. Okay. Let's go with the Memento. This has been my long time most used ink. Make sure we get a good coverage. All right. Okay. Memento. You clean these off. All right. So we have Memento. Get those here. And here's Lawn Fawn. Let's see if we can go up a little bit. Whoops. Anyway, so here's Ranger and Distress. Now, you probably can't see in the camera as well as I can, but my comparison here is going to be, they're all pretty comparable, acceptable to me, except Memento actually is a lot lighter. So see if we can check that. See how much lighter the Memento is from the Ranger and the Distress. And even the Lawn Fawn. So if you're wanting a really deep, solid image, I'm going to say one of these other 3. And just by looking at the other 3, I'm going to say they're all actually really pretty comparable. So we're going to go now to the image that, if you was going to color it in, the Distress, if you can see, Maybe you can't really see, but it does have a little bit more crisp black, a little darker black in there. You can kind of see that. So I think I might even just switch over and be using more of the Distress ink myself. Although I have to tell you, in all fairness, all three of these, Lawn Fawn, Ranger, and Distress, I could use them all, and you wouldn't probably notice a big difference at all. So that's my opinion on the 3 ink pads. We do have all 4 of them in the store. Of course, the Distress, you're going to have to buy an empty pad, and the refill, and make your own if you want this size of ink pad. Otherwise, we have it in the pad that has all 4 colors in it. So I'll put links underneath this video for all of those. Oh, the other one other quick comparison I wanted to do for you was one to show, if you just kind of take your ink pads and go like this, you can get a really true, more true color of what's going on. And the Ranger does have a little bit more of a blue tone in it. When you do the Distress, it's a pretty solid black. Let's try the Lawn Fawn. As well as the Lawn Fawn's a really rich black as well. I don't know if you can tell there, but this one does have a blue tinge to it, and this one is more of a black. See if I can get that under the camera. Yeah, and then compare that to the Lawn Fawn one. So it's all just depends on what your project is and what you're looking for. They're all great inks, and they all have their own place. I'm just going to say that I do really like the Black Soot Distress Archival ink, and I'm going to probably switch myself and start using it. So that was just my little comparison, and I thought I'd share it all with you guys. So thanks for watching, and we will be back with another video soon.